Thanks for downloading another segment from the Best of the Classic Metal Show. The Classic Metal Show is heard live on Saturdays from 9 p.m. to 3 a.m. Eastern, exclusively at www.theclassicmetalshow.com. And now here's another piece of Classic Metal Show history on the Best of the Classic Metal Show.
The Classic Metal Show.
You threw me a link to people who want to have internet regulated for language.
Yeah, this just disturbs me. And please, listeners, please pay attention to this and act accordingly.
I'm pulling it.
You pulling it up?
Yeah, I'm pulling it up.
Okay. Yeah, the somehow in the infinite wisdom of our dumbass government, they've decided now that since they can't charge us fees and put us out of business, well, now internet radio needs to have it needs to be regulated for language.
Yeah. We need to restrict us here for, especially here on the Classic Metal Show.
That's right.
Well, on FM Quarterback, that's FMQB, they had this article here. Most adults favor profanity regulations for internet radio. Now, I have a hard time believing this.
This is zero adults that listen to internet radio,
right?
That are part of this poll.
Right, and I don't know, who were they talking to for this poll? That's what I want to know.
They probably interviewed people that were standing online during the Pope's visit.
Right. All right, according to the America Media Services Radio Index survey, more than 3 out of 5 American adults say the government should regulate the use of obscenities on internet radio, just as they do with regular radio and television broadcasts. Now, here's something that that you have to understand. When these people are taking polls, you have to understand how the question was posed or asked.
Sure, absolutely.
So in this thing here, it doesn't really say how the question was phrased.
Right.
So you don't know what they were asking exactly. But anyway, it says the national poll was posed to a sample of 1,004 respondents asking, the federal government regulates the use of obscenities and profanity on radio and television stations. Would you say you believe the government should also regulate the use of obscenities or profanity on internet radio stations?
Fuck off.
While 61% of respondents 18 and older said the U.S. government should regulate internet radio, the answer on this question varied greatly by age and gender.
Okay.
Specifically, 51% of men favor regulation. I have a hard time believing that.
I really have a hard time with that.
While 70% of women said they favor it.
Yeah, I don't have a hard time believing that.
Also, 78% of those over the age of 65 favor regulation, while only 34% of those 18 to 24 are in favor.
See, here's the deal. Who is stumbling across profanity on the internet?
Right.
You don't. You either look for it and find it, or you don't.
Right.
Ugh.
It's the whole deal. If this isn't palatable to you or something you would listen to, you just don't listen to it.
Yeah, just don't listen to it.
I mean, it's just like stumbling across some kind of porno on the web. If that's not your thing, you won't look at it or find it or whatever.
Right. I mean, that's the exact point, dude, is why does everybody... I mean, I want to go even further into this. Why do people listen to shows like the Classic Metal Show? Why?
Because it's something that they relate to somehow.
And because it isn't like the censored garbage that is currently on radio. That's why. There's not one person in our chat room, and I challenge anybody in the chat room to call me on this. Is there one person in this chat room that listens to this show and is a regular day-to-day listener of commercial radio? I'm going to say there's not.
Right.
I'm going to say, go ahead.
As for some of the other findings in the study, 43% of people surveyed said they listened to radio several times a day. Half said they are listening to radio the same amount they did 5 years ago, and 73% usually turn on the radio when they get in their cars. When asked, how familiar, if at all, would you say that you are with something called HD radio, which is high-def radio?
Right.
Which is something that commercial FM radio is trying to sell to the public to counteract satellite radio.
Yeah.
65% said they are not at all familiar with it, while only 5% said they were very familiar. Well, that's because only 5% of the people out there have high-def receivers.
Yeah, I mean, they don't have it. And the truth is all high-def radio is you get your commercials in, in a better quality.
Yeah, basically.
That's great.
And plus it sends out what it is that you're listening to onto your receiver, so you can actually read just like satellite radio does.
Whoop-de-fucking-do.
So you can see the name of the song or the name of the artist or the name of the advertiser.
Yeah, that's great. That's what I need.
AshleyMadison.com. Finally, when asked, what would you say is your favorite way of listening to radio? 77% said regular radio.
Okay. Satellite
radio got 15% of the vote, and internet radio at 2%, and high-def radio at 1%.
That's great.
So
because 2%, 2 of every 100 people are listening to internet radio, 65% think that they need to run those 2%'s lives. Go fuck yourselves.
So there you go.
Absolutely go choke on a fucking thermos full of AIDS-laden liquid, you fucking douches.
Well, see, you're the people that they're after.
Good. Bring it on. Because I'm telling you, as an absolute fact, that if the CMS has to charge 1 penny for a lifetime membership to listen, that's what we'll do.
Right.
And it'll be a pay service. So go fuck yourselves with your regulation. It's not going to happen on this show.
Right. Look, I'm a paid subscriber. I paid my penny for a lifetime subscription.
That's exactly what we'll do, too. And I'll loan the first 10,000 listeners their penny.
Right.
That's just how that's going down. Fuck them.
Right. Thanks for checking out the Best of the Classic Metal Show. You can tune into the Classic Metal Show live every Saturday night from 9 p.m. to 3 a.m. Eastern, exclusively at www.theclassicmetalshow.com.
The Classic Metal Show.